Hello, everybody. What's going on? How is everybody tonight? Hey, Verns. My description box. Listen. I have to put some disclaimers out here, Verns. You know how these story times be going. I had to put some disclaimers out. I'm gonna read it too, just in case folks didn't read it. Oh my goodness. All right, let me do some behind the scenes business. Gotta make those coins. So let's get that going. R.I.P. to Cicely Tyson. Oh my goodness. I can't believe she's gone from us. 96 years young. God bless her. Goodness. I can't believe she's. God bless her. I know. But I mean, 96. She lived a good life. And she deserves all the tributes in the world, every last one of them. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. She deserves every bit of it. There's nothing I have seen her on that I was like, oh, no, I don't like that portrayal, or I don't like that. I tell you, enter at your own risk, honey. It is story time. Let me copy this and put it in my Instagram group so we can get started. Oh my goodness. I just finished eating. I stuffed my face, Burns, because I'm getting ready for your lose the weight challenge. And I'm starting on Saturday. No, not Saturday, because that's 2 days from now. I'm starting on Sunday because you start your thing on Monday. I'm starting on Sunday with a detox. And then I'm going to get it going for Monday. I'm doing clean eating. I'm not doing any, junk food. I'm not eating anything sweet. The only thing that I will allow myself is, hey, C. Parker, thank you so much for coming. Thanks for showing some love. I'm talking about how I am going to be on a diet come Monday morning. And I have got, the only thing I'm going to allow myself is my 1 cup of coffee in the morning, and my coffee will have my sweetener in it. And that's it. That's the only sweet I'm going to have. Everything else is going to be clean eating, salads, water. That's it. No alcohol, no junk food, nothing. That's right. Come on over to lose the weight. Say the cash. That's right. I need to drop these pounds and get it tight and get it right. Because summer will be here before I know it. And I got some pounds to lose, some LBs to flow out. All right. So before I get into the story time, allow me just a little latitude to go on a little bit of a tangent. Hey, Jan Sport TV. I haven't seen you in a long time. Thank you so much for coming. Thumbs up, thumbs up. This is your girl, brown girl Bella. Let me back up a little bit and tell you who I am. I bring you lips, lashes, and luxury, but on Thursdays, honey, we unwind, wine, and have some wine. We kick back, we relax, and today is going to be a story time. So if you've never been here when I do a story time, you're in for a treat. It's when I read a erotic story to you in my savoir-faire that I do. And I may have, had some people in here under 21, possibly. So that's rule number one now. You can't come in here and start no stuff, because if you under 21, we gonna boot you out. We gonna boot you out. So that's one. Two, Bella will not be responsible if you break number one. So don't come crying to me because mommy and daddy done caught you and now you busted and you want to throw brown girl Bella under the bus. We're not having that, honey. We're not having that. You enter at your own risk. So you take that butt whooping like a man or a woman. You came in here underage thinking you grown. Well, you going to catch this grown beating. You gonna catch that grown beating from your parents by coming up in here, knowing your behind ain't supposed to be in here. Hey, daddy. I see DOD's in the house. What's up? And rule number 3, Bella is not responsible for any babies that may appear 9 months after attending one of these. Although Shannon and Bella are great names. FYI, just in case. Just in case you might want to come up in here. Just telling you the facts as I know them to be. All right. So before I get into the story time, though, I did want to get on a little tiny soapbox and do a little tiny preaching, because once again, I keep hearing this statement being said, and every time I hear it, I cringe. And the statement goes a little something like this: the man's only job in life is to keep his daughter off the pole. I'm sorry, excuse me, what? So you telling me, of all the lessons and all the things that my father has drilled into me over my years on this earth until he left me, he only had one job, and that was to keep me off the pole? That was the one single thing he was supposed to do? You better stop it right now. You better stop it right now. And I don't want to hear nobody that I know say that nonsense. Because I'm sorry, sir, if you did your job right and gave her the tools that she needs to be a productive, confident, independent woman in this here life, then you didn't need to teach her about a pole. I didn't even know about no poles growing up. That wasn't even in my lexicon. So I don't understand why people say that as if that's supposed to be something cute or funny to say. There's nothing cute or funny about a woman who thinks her only option is to use her body to get ahead in life, to make money by stripping or, being a pole dancer. Now, if you got to do it because, you are trying to get your education and this is a short-term plan and this is what you want to do, I mean, I can't fault you, but for me, I know that was never even a thought in my head to do that, to even aspire to that, to even think of that as an option. It's just wrong. It's just okay. Burns hit it on the head right here. Ignorant on period, as they say. And I heard someone that, I admire her because she's reached a pinnacle in her career and she's done so much for young women, and she's always speaking at colleges and doing all that. I heard her very recently, like either today or yesterday, say that statement. And I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like you of all people will say that? It just blew me away. So I was like, before I even start on my little tangent, my little sexy tangent, girl, guys and girls, as I'm playing in my hair and, saying, hey, daddy, and all that kind of stuff. I had to pump the brakes on that one because I cannot. Hey, Terry. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh my God, Terry, it's story time. Have you ever been here when I do a story time? Oh dear, clutch my pearls. Oh, clutch my pearls. AKA James Money 615. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, so I don't know, fellas, what do you think about that? Especially if you have daughters, like a man's sole purpose in life as a father is to keep his daughter off the pole. Like, I don't know. If I was a guy, I'd be insulted. And if you said that to me in my face, I might punch you in it. Like, I cannot fathom why this is circulating as something that is in people's thoughts and speaking this kind of thing. Because it's not funny. It's not something that should be a joke. It's not, it's definitely not cute. Like, what purpose does it serve to say that? I'd love to hear from one of the guys. If anybody has a daughter and wants to say something about it, let me know. Or Verns, you have a daughter. What would your husband think about it? Hey, West Haven, always and forever. Thank you for stopping in. Oh dear, you've never been at my story times? Okay, you might want to read my description box. I know you're over 21, but you might want to read that description box to get a heads up on what's about to go down. Thank you, West Haven, always and forever. Love from Connecticut. Okay, no problem, honey. No problem, Burns. That's okay. No problem. But yeah, I don't like that. I just don't like that. I would really like for that phrase to stop. Yeah, it's not funny at all, Vern said. Yeah, it's not. It's not funny. It's not cute. It's disgraceful. It is really and truly disgraceful. But okay, that was my little tangent for today. I just had to jump on and say that because, like I said, I admire this woman and what she was able to accomplish in her life, and how, she's still, like I said, giving back to young girls and talking to young girls. And for it to come out of her mouth, I was truly floored and taken aback. I just really didn't think that would be something that she would say. Hey, Mr. 100 Rounds, thank you so much for coming. Oh, the question was, Terry, the saying, the man, a dad's only job is to keep his daughter off the pole. I was very taken aback as somebody that I respected repeated that line, and I always kind of bristled every time I heard it being said, because I really don't think, one, that is something that every dad has to aspire to. Like, is that the pinnacle of your teachings? Like, my father taught me a lot more than, staying off a pole. And he never once mentioned a pole or anything else, but he taught me that I was a princess and I should hold my head up high when I'm walking, and I should always enunciate and speak my mind and talk the way I speak at home, always, and really get my education, study hard, be a good person, be a good citizen in the world. Always say please and thank you. Always address an elder as Mr. or Mrs. unless they tell you that they want you to call them by their first name. And then you still call them Miss Shannon or Miss Coco, whoever. So for people to say that line, a dad's only job is to keep a girl off the pole. I mean, really? If I was a dad, I would definitely be locked up, because the guy who stepped to me to say something like that would have gotten punched in the mouth on everything, would have got punched in the mouth. How dare you? How dare you? I value my daughter far more than just saying her life's dream is to not be on a pole. What? Where does that come from? Where do you get that from? Where Hey, natural you. Thank you so much for coming in. I missed you. I want to say hi. All right. So, like I said, that sentence to me just seems so wrong on so many levels that I had to speak on it, especially when I saw somebody, like I said, that I thought would never say it. And again, rest in peace to Cicely Tyson. I see Method Man is trending, and I know why. Ooh, wait. This is going to be a steamy week. It's going to be a steamy week. So yeah, Method Man is trending because Wendy spilled the tea that she had a one-night stand with Method Man. And the only thing that was memorable about the occasion was the fact that she and he smoked marijuana out of a cigar. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I don't know why these other things are trending, but I will certainly check out Black Twitter and see what's going on later. I didn't have time to check everything today before I came on, but I'm quite sure it's a whole lot of other stuff going on. Shekinah's trending. Oh dear. All right. Well, I will check it all out later. For now, let's get into this story time, shall we? Who's ready for a story time? All right. Let's get some music going. I can't fly on one wing. I need my music. Which does not seem to want to play today. There we go. Indeed, Terry. Indeed. Fatherhood is far more than that. That's a very shallow view of fatherhood for a daughter, if off the pole is all it is. Tantamount to incompetence, in my opinion. Absolutely. I couldn't say it better myself. All right, I'm just gonna stop the music there because we're gonna get into this. And it's a rather lengthy-ish story. So I want to jump into it as soon as possible, and then we'll get back to the music if there's time afterwards. All right, so the best way to get over an awful ex: by hooking up with someone you've wanted for years. So that is the title of this story. And it begins like this. I finally finished unpacking. Propping a photograph on the window ledge by my bed, I glance around at my new flat. The plant that Nikki bought me as a moving-in present sits next to an empty bottle of cava and two ancient champagne flutes, remnants of our celebrations last night. A bed, two sacks of books, and bulging clothes make half of this flat look overcrowded already. Hey, Leo, what's up? All right, let me finish reading. A secondhand sofa acts as a divide between the bedroom and the kitchen, consisting of a coffee table, 3 deep floor cushions, borrowed from the cafe where I work, and a 1970 kitchenette that I can't wait to repaint. This is my new studio flat containing everything that I own in the world. To a stranger, it might look pathetic, but to me, it's perfect. After a relationship that should have ended a lot sooner, I finally broke up with my boyfriend of 3 years, 3 months ago. I'd been sitting on the couch surfing ever since I moved out, and it feels incredible to finally have my own space. I've craved this opportunity for so long that I don't mind forking out the extra rent for a studio flat. Now that I've finally bagged a serious job, it's time to have a place of my own as well. The last year with my ex was unbearable. He'd always been jealous, but the further we grew apart, the more suffocating his possessiveness came. If I went out without him, I'd have to forget my phone to avoid getting 50 ass texts, having to reassure him that no, I hadn't danced with any guys. And yes, it was a crap night without him. It got so bad that I stopped wanting to see my closest friends. Even a night with Nikki could result in a fight. But the worst sacrifice I made was losing contact with Tim. Nikki, my oldest friend, but Tim is my closest. I met him at my first Saturday job, waitressing at his dad's restaurant. He'd made me laugh on my very first shift, and we were inseparable from that moment on, always slinking off on our own and having breaks with bottles of half-finished wine and tasting each course just to make sure that it's okay for the customers. Little did I know that my weekend job would inspire my future career, but even then, I guessed that my partner in crime would be a friend for life. Hey, Sharonda, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Today, we're having story time, so I'm just getting into it. The title of the story is The Best Way to Get Over an Awful Ex by Hooking Up with Someone You've Wanted for Years. Tim is one of those drop dead gorgeous guys that every girl wants to go out with. Predictably, he has a string of pretty, dull girlfriends for as long as I've known him. There's nothing between us. We're just friends. But try telling my ex that. We've had so many fights over Tim that I stopped seeing him and allowed us to drift apart completely. All right, there was one time when I wondered whether anything would happen between us. So we'd been on the holiday together to stay with his auntie in Spain. We had so much fun spending long, lazy days on the beach, sipping cold beers with countless bocadillos. It was one of the only times in an 8-year friendship that neither of us were actually in a relationship. In fact, I was only there to stand in for a girlfriend he'd broken up with only days before. The night before we went home, he dared me to go skinny dipping. We were sitting on the pier where one of the restaurants had placed a few tables up by the water's edge. I knew he thought I'd never do it, and I was more than a little tipsy, so I pulled my strapless dress off there and then and jumped straight in. The water was freezing, and I rushed to the surface squealing. Tim bent over with laughter. Reaching down to pull me up out of the water, he gripped me in his tan arms, and a wave of electricity ran between us. I hadn't been wearing a bra, and as I clambered over to him, I realized that my tiny knickers were see-through from the water. Of course, I felt self-conscious, but as his eyes flickered along my body, lingering on my hard nipples, I almost forgot my embarrassment. I wanted him to look at me. It felt like it was the first time that he'd really seen me. A wave of energy rushed through me, tingling between my thighs. If I hadn't seen the waiter walking over just then, well, I don't know for certain, but I felt sure that he would have kissed me. I pulled my dress on before I was seen, and we sat back down to finish our drinks, but the atmosphere had changed completely. Every other night, we'd been hollering with laughter and just having fun with each other. Suddenly, we were quiet, the air between us heavy with expectancy. I remember how excited I felt, but also how frustrated I was that this was only happening now, the night before we went home. Hey, Winston. On our way back to Auntie's apartment, he put his arm around me, a gesture that he repeated 100 times. But this one was different, more tentative, his fingers gently circling my sun-kissed shoulder. My heart was pounding, my senses felt heightened. The smell of salt water in my hair was mingling with the subtle scent of his skin. The humid night air felt like it was closing in on me with the sound of music and people chatting in the restaurants that we passed. Everything around us was intensified and unreal. My mind was already in his auntie's flat, me sitting down on the edge of her dining table with him standing near my neck, kissing me, pushing my dress up to my waist, and slipping inside of me. Tim, my best friend Tim, licking the salt water off my skin and biting down on my breasts. But alas, none of that was meant to be. His auntie was waiting for us with a room full of friends and neighbors. In front of this crowd of people, we slipped straight back into our familiar roles. Jess and Tim, totally platonic friends. I wasn't able to sleep that night, though. It was infuriating knowing that he was lying there in the next room, tantalizingly close. I imagined him naked in bed, fighting with the blanket in the heat, as sleepless as I am. I couldn't stand it. The desire he awakened in me had to be released. I slipped my fingers between my legs, and I imagined Tim's strong hands running up my thigh, his hot, hard lips and soft, wet tongue inside me. I bit down on my lip and clenched the sheets. The thought of him, hard and thick, pulsating inside of me. I reached a shuddering orgasm before falling into a frustrated sleep. I kissed goodbye to Andreas and Peter and bolted the door of the cafe behind them as they walked out into the dark night. It had been a long, busy day, and they've earned their tips, showing every customer the enthusiasm that we take pride in here in Quiero. When the owner told me he wanted to take a step back to start a new venture, I wouldn't stop at the pay raise he offered me. I reeled off my ideas for renovation and insisted on being made a shareholder. It's a tiny amount, but it makes a massive difference. I no longer feel as though I'm throwing my energy into someone else's project. I'm doing this for me, and it's giving me the confidence to turn my life around. I walked through to the little back office, checking off the changes I've made with pride. The wall that I've dedicated for local artists to exhibit their work is constantly changing. A portrait of a proud, mustached man with friendly eyes reminds me of Tim's dad. I log into Facebook at the computer office, welcoming the mindless distraction that will help me switch off after a busy day. I click onto Tim's profile page and start flicking through his pictures. This has become a habit lately. Before I know it, I find I've wasted a half an hour looking at pictures of Tim on a beach in Thailand, surrounded by bikini girls. Tim on the back of a motorcycle straddling one of his mates. Tim's familiar magnetic grin. Tim at a food market bartering. Then, hi, stranger. A live message from the man himself pops up in the corner of my screen. I blush guiltily. Does he know that I've been stalking him? Me typing, hi, how's Thailand? Laos, or wherever the hell you are. Him, back at Casa Davison, but they were all great, thanks. Me, oh my God, you're home? I've forgotten my embarrassment. I'm so excited to be talking to my old friend again. Him, certainly am. Want to meet up soon? Me, yes, I'd love to. It's been too long. As soon as you've recovered from your jet lag, you have to come around. I'm living in Holloway now and working in a gorgeous little cafe. Te quiero. You'll love it. Him, I've heard. Miss you, Jess. It's been over a year. Me, I know. I miss you too. I'm sorry that I never came to your leaving. Things were messy back then. When can you visit? Wednesday? Him. Might have to help out at the restaurant. I'm skint, but I'll let you know. Me. Amazing. Can't wait. XX. Him. Me neither. X. I walked to the bus stop with a spring in my step. I've missed him so much. The way he makes me laugh, his surprising shyness if I ever succeeded in actually making him blush, the midnight feasts we'd make after a night out. I've been kicking myself for sacrificing our friendship, all for my ex's ego. I can finally see how futile it was. Nothing I did or didn't do would have made him have faith in me. And Tim is the only guy that I've ever really had a real, uncomplicated friendship with. Well, mostly uncomplicated. I got the next day off and spent the morning pottering around in Cayman Market. In my mind, I plan what I'll pick out for Tom when he comes to the cafe, deciding that halloumi with chorizo, apricot, and a green bean salad would be the perfect combination. I try to see Te Quiero through his eyes. How will he see me now that I'm finally realizing my ambition to run my own restaurant? After finding a 1930s mirror, a cashmere throw, and a box of wine glasses for the flat, I cart my new purchases back on the bus. When I get to the door of my building, there's a tall, tan man holding a massive bunch of sunflowers at my door. It's Tim, grinning at me widely. Housewarming present, he says, as I carelessly drop my bags at my feet and wrap my arms around him. Oh my God, thank you. How did you know where I live? You look so well. These are beautiful. I cry, ecstatic and flustered and utterly surprised. I went to your cafe and you weren't there, so I called Nikki and she gave me your address. By this point, we were climbing the stairs to my flat. I'm juggling the flowers in all of my bags. Tim looks awkward, as though he doesn't know what to do with his hands. I show him to my studio and suddenly feel self-conscious. I only just moved in. There's a lot of work to do on it yet, I say apologetically. It's great, Jess. He's not looking at the room at all, but staring at me. Really staring. You're gorgeous, I say. Not you look well or how are you or all I can come up with was the truth. He's tan, toned, and bigger than I remember him being. He seems to fill the whole flat, towering over me. He doesn't say anything but cups my chin in his hand, stroking my cheek with his thumb. I freeze. I don't know how to react. I don't want to breeze over this gesture and spoil the moment. I want to press myself against his warm, hard body. This is not the Tim that I remember. It's disorienting that he can seem at once so familiar and so utterly new and exciting. I've missed you, he says. I can feel how much he means it, and I rush towards him for a hug. But as I go to press my face into his chest, he lifts it upwards gently and kisses me full on the mouth. In that moment, I'm undone. My desire floods to the surface and my hands run up to his face, kissing him fast and hard. He meets each of my kisses, pulling me closer, his hands up my t-shirt, bringing every inch of skin to life with his touch. We pull each other's tops off hungrily as he pushes me down to the floor, undressing and kissing me all at once. When I'm right down to my pants, opening my legs to him, he stops, kneeling above me, his chest rippling above the waistband of his jeans. I've waited so long for this moment. Let's not rush it, he says, lifting my foot to his mouth and kissing each of my toes. He moves up along the inside of my legs, kissing and licking and stroking my skin with his cheek. Oh God, he is everything that I've ever fantasized about and more. As his kisses reach my stomach, he slides his hand inside of me. He must feel how aroused I am because he groans. You're beautiful, Jess, he whispers in my ear. So beautiful. And I feel it. More beautiful than I've ever felt in my life. My hips are raised off the floor, tense and expectant, willing him to go deeper and deeper inside of me. He answers each of my groans, but then teases me, withdrawing his fingers with a stroke and entering again until I'm ready to explode. I reach into his jeans and tug at him, but he keeps whispering, "Not yet, Jess, not yet." He waits until I come, waves of pleasure surging through me, and with his hands still inside of me, he turns me over onto all fours, pulling me up onto his lap so that I'm kneeling with my back to him. I expect him to take his hand away, but he leaves it in there, slowly stroking me, reaching further and further with his fingertips, whilst his other hand kneads my breasts, kissing my back the whole time. Another orgasm shudders through me. I'm still clenching and releasing in pleasure when he takes his hand away. I glance back over my shoulder and see that he's pulled a condom out of his pocket. My mind reels. How did he know to bring a condom? Did he plan for this to happen? I expect myself to feel outraged, but instead I'm even more turned on. He slips inside of me, controlling my movement with his hands, gripping my waist. It's totally overwhelming, but at the same time, I never wanted to stop. I swivel around and grab my legs around his back, gripping him onto the back of his neck and looking straight into his big, beautiful eyes. Oh God, he groans and speeds up, pushing me back onto my elbows so he can lean forward and kiss my breasts. When I see that he's about to orgasm, I feel so aroused, so full of desire that I climax again, clutching him closer as we shiver against each other. We lie back on the carpet and Tom rests his head on my shoulder, slowly stroking my legs. There's so much to say, but we're both too exhausted to speak, and I wouldn't know where to begin. After 15 minutes of just lying there, he props his head up on one elbow and stares at me, his eyes twinkling with a smile. I can't believe this is happening, I laugh. I know, it's crazy. I thought about you so much when I was away, and then when I heard you broken up. But while we've been lying there in silence, my mind has been running away with me. I'm not ready to dive into another relationship yet. I don't know what Tim's plan is or even where he's going to live. I just got my best friend back and I don't want to lose him again. But the idea of slipping straight back into just being mates, of him getting another girlfriend, is enough to make me feel sick. Tim, what's going to happen? I've missed you so much. I don't want to spoil our friendship, but I can't lose you again. And I need this time, this place, to myself for a bit. But you can't just waltz in here and do this and expect nothing to change. I don't know what this means to you, but everything is going to change. Jess, calm down, he says softly, placing a finger on my lips. I understand. I don't know what I'm doing either. I've only just gotten back from traveling. All I know is that I've wanted this to happen for a long time. Since Spain, I asked tentatively. Maybe even before that. And there's a whole list of things I want to do with you before we start questioning this, he says, running his fingertips over my lips. The knot of anxiety that built up in my stomach ebbs away slowly. I reach across and stroke his muscular arm. What else on this list then? I ask shyly. He stands up and pulls me to my feet. Cupping my bottom in his hands, he leans in for a long, slow kiss. I feel him harden against me, and in one swift motion, he's pulled me up off the floor. Instinctively, I hook my legs around him. In between kisses and bites on my neck, he starts to stream off his fantasies about us. I want to have you in the shower, on that coffee table, on every surface in your cafe. I want to kiss every inch of your body. I want to taste you outside, in my car, on that beach in Spain. I want to watch you touch yourself. I groan as he drops me onto the bed. Propping myself on one elbow, I slip my hands in between my legs, not taking my eyes off him for a second. Let's start there then, I say, feeling more confident and sexual than I've ever felt before. And when we've crossed everything off your list, he says, don't worry about that. It's a very long list. The end. What you guys think? Hey, Sharonda. Yes, Burns. That was a very long list. Mm-hmm. I did. I kicked myself out. That was a very steamy story. I had to kick. Okay, I'm back. That's good. It's too hot for the computer. It'll kick me off. That was good to get back into the saddle again and read another story time. Story of Jess and Tim. Hey, Chandaman. Oh my gosh. Good luck on your graveyard shift. Sending you good vibes and good energy. And thanks for coming over and hanging out. This is Bella After Dark, where we unwind, whine, and have some wine. I just finished reading the story of an unrequited love. You know, they started off as friends, And now they're lovers that can be more than just friends. So, uh, interesting, right? I've had some awful exes, I'm not gonna lie there, but I've never had a friend that turned into a lover. I've never had that experience. So, I don't know what that is like. I would imagine it would be awkward. First of all, to have those kind of feelings for someone that's your friend and keep them to yourself. Like, how do you keep your composure? Like, how do you react? I mean, she's seen him with other ladies and she had a boyfriend, so he's seen her with her man, and all the while they're like pining for each other behind the scenes. So much so that when he finally, finds out that she's single, he immediately comes out to see her. Wow. That's deep. That's interesting. And since the story ends there, we never know what happened between them. Terry. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's why I asked you if you ever been here, because yeah. Yeah. And that's actually one of my more tamer stories. Girl, it's Thursday. When I say it's Bella after dark, you unwind, wine, and have some wine. That's what I'm talking about, girl. Because you never know what we're going to talk about in here. You might need a little liquid courage. Ah, okay. So what else? What else is going on? I wonder what that would be like though, to have like a fantasy about a friend that you don't know if they like you or if you like them. And then there's that one moment, like, but I felt like she should have known. Now that I'm thinking about this a little bit more, like when you said to skinny dip in the water, like no friend is gonna ask you to do that. Like it's gotta be more than that. Like he definitely, you know, was feeling her. He definitely wanted to have a chance with her. So I guess he figured, this is his one shot. Shoot his shot. Now that he's back home and she's not attached any longer. Vern said, "Yes, child, you must bring wine when Bella does story time. A wine, whatever you drink, honey, whatever you drink. But it's definitely not, for the faint at heart." Huh? Hmm. What else? Now, I was saying about a friend, like, I've never had a friend that I ever thought was more than a friend or could be more than a friend. I don't know if they ever thought that way about me. Like, the one guy that I would say that I was, like, close to that's, like, bestie status, that's a man. Um, we've never had that kinda interaction. Like, we've always been, like, real cool with each other, and I went on ski trips with him. We did pajama parties, like, adult pajama parties, whatever. Um, I dated one of his friends, so that was complicated. Um, but I've never had, like, anybody say, like, "Oh, I had a mad crush on you back in the day," and blah, 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 blah. I don't think so. Like, I don't recall that. So, if I was, cool with you, I was cool with you, and you were cool with me. It was never like, you know, anything romantic. Always strictly above board. And, so, yes, I don't think and now, like, I mean, I talk to him every now and then, but we're definitely not, as tight as we used to be. He's grown up and had a family. I've grown up and had a family. So we haven't lost contact because we still, keep in contact with each other. And we're there for each other's like big moments or what have you. But it's definitely not like when we were teenagers and hanging out and I was, working on Wall Street. He actually, me and him actually worked together. Um, I was working on a different floor and then I got promoted and I worked on his floor and he was already there working the window of the dealer's clearance floor. We were on the dealer's clearance floor. We worked for a bank. And I was in the back doing data entry because I'm a fast typer. So we, just got to know each other because, we're the only two young black people in there. Um, and the rest of them were either Asian or white. So we got to talking to each other, found out he's from Queens, I'm from Brooklyn. So, we started that whole vibe. And then he's like, yeah, my boy, he works on the sixth floor here. And, we go out sometimes and we go over here to our little spot and we have, drinks or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So one Friday, we were going to go out after we finished work and go over there to have drinks. And the guy, his friend from the sixth floor, had came and was talking to him in the window. And so I was coming up the escalator. And when I came up off the escalator, he said, he was in the back doing him. No, girl. I was doing data entry. Okay. I was a good girl. I wasn't doing him. Shoot. No, no, no. Not at all. Terry said, I'm a guy who would only try that if I knew for sure I would not get this. Yeah, like I would think that there would be some kind of signal that would go on between you two, like some kind of flirting signal. So, like I was saying, I was coming off the escalator going into our offices and he was standing outside. So I had to pass him in order to go into my office. And so when I passed him, he he was like, yo, who's that? And like I'm still standing there, but you know how you hear something, you try not to hear it because you know, like they're talking about you. So he's like, who's that? He's like, oh, that's my friend Shannon. He was like, what? He's like, what's her story? She's single. He's like, yeah. Um, so he was like, yo, tell her to come out with us this weekend. So when I got back into the office, he's like, oh, my boy, he said he liked you. Like that's what I loved about my friend. Like he never minced words. He was always like, look, I'm gonna just call a thing a thing. He like you and he wants you to come drinking with us. You with it? And I was like, he look all right. He look all right. He's okay. And we started talking like that weekend we went out for drinks and we started talking like that next week. I gave him my number and we would talk on the phone every single day. Every single day. I'm getting settled for a report. I have you running. Okay, no problem. Thank you, Cha. Cool. A thing, honey. Hey, Crystal. A thing. I love that. Like, there's no mincing words with him. Like, he's always been and always, I think, will be like straight up with me. So, you know, be prepared for that because when you get somebody who's a straight shooter, oh, you might hear Brooklyn. She's having a nightmare. Hmm. I wonder what dogs dream about when they have those nightmares. Northern California is the distant capital. I bet. Because those California girls are thin and they think they are like, their thing does not stink. Like they think that they are it to the hilt. But it's so funny because there's like a million girls that look like them. So it's like you guys all went to the same plastic surgeon or something. Like you all go to the same gym to get the same workout. Like your bodies all look the same. You guys all look the same. So I'm like, I could never fit in there. One, because I'm not a skinny chick, not anymore. I used to be real thin, but you know, then puberty, then children, then hips, hips, butt, breasts, in that order. So I can't ever dream to be that thin again. Although I had a nice little, you know, little curve to me. Had a nice little curve to me. Yep, a thing. All right, I'm missing some things. Oh, Verna saying hi to Crystal. Doggy biscuit. She might be because she had a birthday yesterday. Crystal, she turned 11. So I gave her a little birthday party and I bought her a puppy pie. So it's a baked treat. It's a baked like cake, but it's for dogs. And so you can slice it and cut it up. So I sliced her 2 slices and I cut it up and she ate it yesterday and I gave her 2 slices today when I took her brought her in for her final walk. So tomorrow she's going to be ready to go. Cuz this morning like when I took her out for her walk, she was like, "Yes, I'm ready to go." She went and did it. Oh, so she had her puppy pie. Maybe she's dreaming about her puppy pie. I'm watching her later. She's laying on her pillow. So she's got one more gift coming, lucky dog. It's supposed to come next week. She's getting some steps so she can climb up onto the day bed because I put 2 mattresses on the day bed, so it's really high. So she can't jump up on it, and she tries to jump off of it, and every time she tries to jump off, she like falls. I laugh, but I really don't want her to hurt herself. But it's so funny because I tell her, don't jump off the bed. And then when she sees me leaving, she wants to follow me. So she wants to jump off. And so I'm like, oh my God, let me grab her and take her off. So now I consciously pick her up every time I'm leaving the room if she's on the bed. Yeah. Okay, you've seen it. Yeah, I forgot I put some of those pictures on IG. Yeah, back in my heydays when I was uh, a brand ambassador for Hennessy and wore these like wild get-ups and blue false lashes for Hennessy Black and these black and it was a black and blue, yeah, black and blue bustier top. I mean, the things that they had me going, and then going into the hood, honey, with these outfits on the hood, with my breasts like sitting up on my neck. I can't believe I did that. Oh, smoke my fake cigarette. I've lived. I've lived, honey. T and A all day. T and A. Yep. Hey. Oh, thank you, Crystal. Thank you for the happy birthday. Hey, embracing everyday realities. Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming. Yes, welcome to the stream. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome in, welcome in. Dealing with these kids. Girl, Thursday night, you need to put them kids to bed early, honey, and get your wine. Because we talk about everything except makeup on Thursday night. I just got finished reading a very steamy story about 2 friends who turned into lovers after her boyfriend and her broke up. You can just call me embracing. Oh, okay, embracing. Yeah. Yes, girl, breast sitting up to your neck. Now, those were the days. Nowadays, you have to put those babies in a ponytail. Listen, thankfully, I have good genes of my mother, so they're still sitting very pretty. Thank you very much. They're still sitting very pretty, but they still pretty, but they, they've changed over the years. They have definitely changed over the years. And I definitely would not be able to fit into that bustier now. But I still have some of the outfits I wore back then. Like I think I have that red dress that I put up on IG. I think I still have that. I know I still have the jacket because I used to wear that when we had to go red for heart health for my sorority, and I needed something red to wear because, of course, no AKA says they own anything red. So I was like, oh, I have this. So I was able to wear that. I challenge you ladies to do the I am pretty and they like that challenge. What is that? What is that? I'm pretty and they like that challenge. You gotta tell me what that is, Verse. You have to tell me what that is. I was not doing that other challenge. What was that? The I forgot. Drop down, back it up kind of thing. You did one, Kara? Send it to me. Ew. Ew, what's that? Carl, what did you drink to? You know what? I'm sitting here running my mouth talking about unwinding and whining. I didn't even pour my glass. I just went right into story time. So y'all got that sober. Y'all did that one with nothing. Oh, you just did one on IG too? You did one on IG? Okay. I'll look. Yeah, Chris, you got to do it with me, girl. And Kara, you too. Do it again with me. I need safety in numbers. King Bone. Oh, thank you, sir. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad to see you, sir. Hope all is well. You missed your favorite story time. You have to go back and watch it again. Oh my goodness. Okay, can I just tell y'all something? So for the longest time, I have wanted to wear this damn bracelet. Oh, okay. The story time is also, I guess I can show you guys my face now. I was like, I can't be reading this thing and looking at y'all at the same time. I wouldn't be able to hold my nerve. So for the longest time, I wanted to wear this, right? But I couldn't wear it because it had the 25 silver star charm on it. So my big sisters and AKA would tease me like, you can't put that on. You can't put that on because you're not 25 yet. You're not 25 yet. And I bought it when I was like 20 years in. So I was like, okay. Out of deference for you guys, I won't wear it. Kara, you would know this because you're a Delta. So you understand my pain of having big sisters who haze you like mercilessly. So I didn't wear it. So finally, the clock struck 12 and I go and I put this thing on. Well, promptly, this charm has fallen off now twice. Other charms have fallen off of here as well. And the charm used to be all like silverish, pretty. It's now turned to like this pinkish kind of color because on my wrist, on anything I wear, if it's not real gold or real it's not real, whatever it is, it will turn on my skin because for whatever reason my skin rejects anything that's fake, which is a good thing because I can't have nothing fake on. So even when I wear like those dangly earrings or whatever, I have to take them off constantly because they will irritate my ears if they're not like coated in something or dipped in something. It will mess my skin up. My skin will just turn it. Yay. Okay. So Crystal, you're gonna go look at it. Yeah, it looks rose gold now, right? But it wasn't, it was silver. But it turned, like maybe you can see it here where it's silver. So like one half is like a little rose goldish looking, and then this side is the silver. I don't know if you can see it. It's hard to see it with this light. But yeah, if it's not real, it will just turn on me. It doesn't matter if it's gold or silver, because if it's not real silver, it'll do this. But I think it's kind of funky the way it did it, because it kind of matches my rose gold bracelet. So I'm like, it kind of looks like that. But I'm bummed that this is now the second time that this thing has fallen off. So I need to take it to a jeweler to see if he can reinforce these charms, because one fell off and I don't know where that one went. And then the other one, this one, like this is the reason why I got it. And I think some of the stones fell off. I'm so disappointed because I've had this thing for 5 years. 5 years I've waited. And now I finally got to wear it. And it's like kaput. So pissed. So pissed. But yeah, if you guys don't know, I love jewelry. I have a lot of it. I love jewelry. Hey, Jada. Hey. When I put it back on, just close up the hole. I don't even know where it fell off from. And now the chain lace in here, that part is falling off. Like it's just a mess. I think this is one of those bracelets that I have to put on when I'm going somewhere and then put it up, because I didn't realize it was that delicate. Thank you, Embracing. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. He said he just left my house and we fam now. Hey, fam. All right, Jada. So I finished doing my hair yesterday when let me tell you my Cash App, boo. Here's my Cash App. Brown Girl Bella 2. Thank you in advance for your support. Thank you, boo thing. So yesterday when we were on our call with Jovi, I went to wash my hair because I was like, I needed to do this testimonial for Carol's daughter, because they sent me product and they were like, wash your hair and do like a video. And I'm like, I'm not going to be one of those girls, because I'm not a hair care person. I'm like, I'm not going to be one of those girls who's going to be like, oh, let me wash my hair in the shower with my tube top on. And, no, that's not me. That's not what I do. So I sat here on my chair and I was like, all right, so this is what I did. I'm not going to be corny and fake like I'm going to wash my hair. So I'm going to tell you what I really did. I really washed my hair and I parted it and I put the shampoo on it, and then I parted again and then I put some more shampoo on it, and then I massaged it with my fingertips. And I went into the whole explanation of how it felt and, the products and how it smells. And FYI, this is the thing they sent me. It's really full size. It's really good. It's called Wash Day Delight. It smells like roses, but not overpowering. It smells really light. Like it smells clean. It smells like you're about to put something very clean in your hair. So I love that. And then it came with this conditioner. And let me tell you something. I hate doing my hair because as you can see, it's very coily, but it's long, like stretched out. It goes to my breasts. But I get these little tiny like fairy knots all the time. Thank you, Jada. I just got the alert. Mwah. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. So I get these fairy knots. So it's pretty long. It's pretty long, my hair, when it's stretched out. But I put this on it and all those things just came right out. Yeah, it's very clean. It's not strong. It doesn't smell like a 50,000 dozen bouquets of roses because like I don't like that kind of overpowering smell. I like something that smells really fresh and clean. And so when I tried it, I was like, okay. Again, it looks like jelly. And I was like, okay, it smells clean, it smells fresh or whatever. But when I read this thing and it was like, oh, it takes out the fairy knots, it has a perfect slip. I was like, if you can unslip this, yes, they call them fairy knots because you don't know where the hell they come from, but it's like two pieces of hair fused together and they just knot. We don't know where it came from. So we call them fairy knots. So that's what I've been calling it since I started doing this whole hair care journey. And let me tell you something, it's a journey. It's a journey. I don't like it. My mother hates it, which I think is why I still do it. Because it gives her such angst that I keep my hair like this. And the longer it is, and the bigger it gets. So like when my hair is really, really long, it was like a lion's mane. It really looked like crazy. And so I remember one Mother's Day, we all went out to eat and I took her to one of my favorite restaurants, Burger and Lobster in the city. And she loves that place now. Now I can't get her to leave that damn place. Every time she comes back to New York, she's like, I want to go to Burger and Lobster. I'm going to go to Burger and Lobster. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, do you know anything else now besides Burger and Lobster? But I came and she saw my hair and she's like, why you coming here with your hair all nappy? I'm like, ma'am, my hair is not nappy. My hair is naturally curly, coily, and frizzy. Deal with it. But now I see why I became so tender-headed because now, like, I can't go to certain places to get my hair done. I can't do that because it would kill me. It would kill me. Yeah, this is my second time using it. And like I said, I was totally ready to write this off because I was like, Carol's daughter, I think they passed their prom. But I have to say, this was really good. This was the first time I wrote such a long testimonial about this product. And I just finished filming it. So I'll probably edit it tomorrow or tonight with my Whine. And I'll have it up for hopefully Saturday. I'll have it up. But yeah, girl, I write it and it's cheap. I looked it up. This big ass bottle is like $10.99. 10.99. And usually, we girls are very heavy-handed when it comes to product, especially hair care product. I'm very heavy-handed because I need to get through all this mess. And my hair is not really like thick, thick, thick. It's thin, but when it draws up like it is now, it feels much heavier and fuller. Man, it's just, I never want to do my hair. I never want to wash my hair because I'm like, I hate it. I hate it. And when my mother used to do my hair, I was like, oh, hell no. I wish I could have drank then when I was younger, because I was like, I would have definitely been like 4 years old. Like, I need a drink before you start doing my I need a cocktail. Shannon needs a cocktail before you do her hair. Oh. So this is the one that I was supposed to be drinking when I showed y'all when I did the story time, but this is the one that I'm drinking. It's by Ironside, which is a subdivision of the 90 plus sellers that I love to death. They also did another line for the brand called Ironside, and this is their Cabernet Sauvignon. It's very good. It's a California wine. It is very bold. It's full. It's robust. It's well balanced. And it does have the typical fruits that you would expect for a cab: black fruit, tobacco, leaf, and a nice earthy spice. But it has such a beautiful bouquet. And that's the smell. Honey, I mean, it smells so good. So good. See, I even got my Silver Star bottle top. Y'all can't tell me nothing. It's gonna be Silver Star. I'm a Silver Star y'all to death this year and next year. All right. Let me see what these chats are saying because I'm behind. Yeah, I can't stand them. I cannot stand them. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. I am a mess. Yep. That's how you was when you start. Yeah, when you went natural. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know how these girls do it. They look so beautiful. They look so beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna take it to a jeweler and see. Like, I'm gonna have to take it to the hood because I live in a very bougie area and they're gonna be looking at this like, what do you want me to do with this? They will really like just I don't have that kind of time. So I'm gonna take it to the other side of town where like, they're a little bit more hip and let them fix it up for me. Yes. Y'all know I love my vino. Y'all saying hi. I remember when my daughter first started, my mother was like, why didn't you press her hair, all that hair? And she's all poofy. Yeah, yeah. And that's the other thing that I like about this. Like the definition of my coils are really popping in this one. Like even this little cowlick that I have all the time. You know that one piece of hair that grows like to here and stops all the time? And I can always point it out because it's right in the same freaking place all the time. It goes right to here and stops. It doesn't grow any. I don't care if I have it long, if I have it short. That one little piece of hair, and I can always find it. There it is again. That one piece of hair. And no matter how many times I tuck it, it pops right back up. It's like the bane of my existence. I cannot get that damn thing to grow past that little mark for the life of me. It's been that way for like the past 10 years. It won't grow that one little piece. Yeah, yeah. What you want me to do with that? What would you like for me to do? This is how they talk to people. I've seen it, so I don't want to be embarrassed. I'll take it to the hood. Like, Paco and them, they'll hook it up. They'll hook it up for me. Like, what you want me to do, mommy? You want me to dip it, mommy? You want me to dip it? I'd be like, see, papi. Mm-hmm. Help me out. Hook me up. Hook me up. Paco and them, you got to love those hookups. Like I have one in my complex now. My damn janky ass Mercedes making noise again. Shanique will be acting up in here. So I know what's wrong with her. I just gotta go get it done. But one of the guys in the complex is like, Mommy, I have a guy who can hook you up with that car. He was like, I got somebody who can hook you up with that car. I was so embarrassed. I was like, yeah, I know I need to go get it fixed. I'm gonna go. He's like, nah, I got you. I got you. You got a problem there. I need to hook you up. No, wait, I got something for you. I got 2 strands of hair that looks like it's been perm while the rest of my hair is curly and ish. I'd be like, what's wrong with these 2 strands? Yep. Yep. Well, what you need to do is you need to cut it. You need to cut it. I'm sorry, boo. You need to cut those ends because what happens is, the hair grows from the scalp. So it grows and it gets coily, and then it catches up to that perm piece. And that perm piece is never going to coil. It's not. It's never going to coil. People's like, I'll use ACH, apple cider vinegar. Man, folks will have you using that apple cider vinegar for everything. Probably Paco wanted me to use it for the car. Mommy, I got the apple cider vinegar. Hook your car up. Wait, I only have 1 sip. I only have 1 sip and I'm cracking myself up in here. But yeah, I tried that. I tried the egg thing. I tried that rice wash thing that just made my hair funky and hard and crunchy and just horrible. So I'm like, I'm not doing that to myself no more. As I said in the beginning, I don't have that kind of time. I'm tender-headed. I am tender-headed. It took me until I was a grown woman, adult with children, to get my hair twisted for the very first time in my life after dealing with my mother and trying to get my mother not to do my hair. I cannot do it no more. I was like, yes, honey, you got to have a listen. You better get you a poppy in your life. You better get you a poppy in your life. I got a long distance poppy, but he's still working. He still work hard for me, baby. Like I hear something that don't sound right. You got to go put some. I'm like, okay, poppy, I will. He's like, nope. I hear your door is squeaking. I'm like, how do you hear the door squeaking? How? I'm like, damn, your ears are good. I ain't even hear that. But hey, Poppy knows. Poppy knows. It's not perm. It's not perm, child. I totally shaved my head. It's bull, no perm, no S curl. I barely blow a person. It's straight. Wow. So it just grows in and starts growing straight. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I got at least 3 different curl patterns in my head right now. I've got at least 3. I got at least 3. And I think that one that I always show y'all, I got another one. It's right, I think it's here somewhere. Yeah, here it is. That's as far as it grows. That's it. I mean, it's grown longer than that one I pulled over here, but that's it. That's it. The two-step by Afrogy, forget. Yeah. See, that's why I stopped listening to folks on YouTube because they be having you do the craziest ish. I'm like, what? Rice water and let that shit ferment? You know what fermented rice smells like? Oh no, God. That's what it smells like. You want to clear the house? Put that ish in your hair. Okay? That is not sexy. That is not sexy. That is not sexy. Don't do it. Don't do it. Listen, mommy, you put some ACH in there and the car start running good. Put that in there. Listen, you know what? Listen, I got a black man I call Poppy too. I got a black man I call Poppy though. But I feel you on that, Jada. I feel you though. Bonds is hella black, but black. Yes. Yes. I love that. Yes. Chivalry is not dead. You just found a wrong man. Chivalry is not dead. I tell my girls that all the time. I'm like, you just ain't looking in the right spots. Because chivalry is not dead. Not at all. Not at all. I enjoy being a woman. I enjoy being a woman. What? Even though my father taught me how to change a tire, how to change oil, he taught me all that because he wanted me to be self-reliant. Like, I don't want you to have to rely on anyone, including me, to get stuff done. Because one day I won't be here. And here we are. But he always told me that I want you to be self-reliant, even if self-reliant means calling the AAA and having them come and do it, which guilty. I do that often. Something wrong with it? That's what I pay y'all for. Fix it. But wait, I was talking about this earlier with someone else. Like, I don't know about you guys, but every freaking time I go to AAA or I have to call them for something, first of all, something's always breaking the day before or the day after my joint with AAA expires. And they always call me like, oh, excuse me, Miss Shannon, your AAA expired yesterday, but would you like to renew it for $25 more? Ma'am, I want you to renew my joint for the same price I would have paid yesterday because you should have called me yesterday. It's your fault. It's not my fault. It's your fault. You got my number clearly because you know how to call me. So you go ahead and charge my card $89.99, the same price that you would have charged me yesterday, charge me that today. Thank you very much. And so last year, the lady said, "Oh no, I'm not going to be able to do that." I said, "Oh, okay. So go ahead and put me to your supervisor because I know she can." Because if you can't do nothing for me, we need to end this conversation right now and put me on to someone who can. Duh. I got no time for this. $89.99. That's it. Go on and get you some wine and grapes, girl. Yes. Go and get you some wine and grapes and come on back. You tried the rice water as a big ass no. Yeah, I wanted to fight somebody. I just can't remember who did it. But I promise you, if I come across a video again, I'm beating that ass. That was the worst. I wanted to literally cut all my hair off. I wanted to literally cut every strand of hair I had on my head off. It made my hair so hard and brittle and unmanageable. I mean, it felt like Brillo. It felt like Brillo. I was so pissed. So pissed. Why are we talking about makeup and shit? We ain't supposed to be talking about that. Terry laughing at us. Because you know they do that, Terry. You know Triple A does that dumb shit. Miss Shannon, would you like to renew your chick? What? Oh, I hate them. And today, let me tell you about what happened to me today. So today, I was like, hey, I filed the paperwork to get my address changed. I moved to the place I live now here last year in June. So I moved in June. So I was like, I know you need to do it within the first 90, either 30 days or 90 days. I think it's 90 days. You have to declare that you moved to the DMV. Reason being, if the cops ever stop you and, they ask for your license, registration, and your insurance card, well, your insurance card always has to match up to where you live. So even when you move to a new place, they have to re-judge, how much that neighborhood gonna charge you versus this neighborhood. And then, make the adjustments. So one of those three things have to have changed immediately. So I went and downloaded the form. I filled it out, put it in the mail, and never heard from them again for like 2 months. Didn't hear anything, just went to the ether. Finally, I get a letter back and the paperwork. Sorry, ma'am, we can't process this because you didn't sign the paperwork form. Bruh, it took you 2 months, 2 months to send that ish back to me because I didn't sign the form. And y'all just up in Wethersfield, which is like 30 minutes away, maybe 45 now. Y'all could have called me and told me that. Y'all could have emailed me. I could have signed it and sent it. You can send a DocuForm. You send me the slow boat to China mail to tell me to sign it and send it back to you, slow China mail. I could have walked there and it got faster than this. I don't understand how New England rolls. They take the most difficult thing and make it even more difficult. They take something that should be 2 minutes, and make it an arduous lesson in futility. So today I said, you know what? Today I got time because let me call up the DMV and tell them I never got my license from when I signed it and sent it back. So I'm like, you having a ball listening to us ladies talk. That's good. So I get on the phone because, like I said, today I had time. So I'm listening on the phone and I'm like doing other stuff. And I'm listening to the jazz music and I'm, typing, doing my stuff. And I'm still listening to jazz. And I'm having a whole conversation with folks on Instagram for like a half an hour at least. All the while listening to these same 5 jazz songs, waiting for somebody to come on. To the point where I was like, well, maybe there's nobody there, Shannon. Maybe you need to just hang up the phone. Because nobody's answering. And yeah, it's about to be an hour that you sat here on this phone. And so when somebody finally came on, I was like, hello? Hello? Are you a live person? Are you live? And she started laughing. She was like, yes. She was like, I'm sorry. It's for the unusual, what is it? The unusual call volume. I'm like, you know what? I know this code. I know this code. This is code for we wasn't doing ish. We was going to ignore you, but we wanted to see how long you were going to be on this line waiting for us. And finally, I lost the bet, so I had to get on the call. Okay? Because we all know them people at the DMV don't really work. We know. The cat's out the bag. Secret long been exposed. Y'all do not work. Hello. This yo, I was thirsty on that phone. I was so thirsty. I was like, hello. It's a live person. It's a live person. So I'm talking to this lady. You're enjoying a cigar? Oh, I used to love cigars. I don't do them anymore. I loved a good cigar and a good cognac. And I haven't had cognac in a long time either. Okay, so anyway, higher than usual call volume. Yeah, that's what it says. Not usual when it's usual. Exactly. It's not unusual when it's usual. Exactly. So I'm telling her the story. I'm like, listen, you guys sent it back to me. I signed it. I sent it back to you. And that was back in September or October. Because I know it was either before my birthday or after my birthday. So I know it was either one of those two. Because that's the only time I remember DMV kind of stuff. So she's like, oh, ma'am, well, we don't send you the license anymore. We send you a sticker that you can place on the back of your license. So I was like, a sticker? You mean to tell me I've been waiting all this time for a sticker? A sticker? If you want a sticker? Sticker, you said, right? Sticker. You said I'm waiting for a sticker. I can send it in the mail for you, ma'am. Yes, a sticker. Would you like me to do that? Because if you want to take the if you want to get a new license with your new address on it, it will cost you $30 because we consider that a duplicate license. And so we'd have to charge you $30 and you have to come in for an appointment. Like, give me the sticker then. Want me the sticker? I'll take the sticker, please. I'll take the sticker. Give me the sticker. Send me the sticker for free, please. Thank you very much. I'll take the sticker for $500, Alex. Sticker. Yeah. This is where I live, where they charge you for the privilege of driving your car. Every year. I have to pay property tax on my car that I bought for you to tell me it's property, so you must pay for that. Ma'am, sir, that's what having a car note or going into your dealership and paying cash for it. Why do I need to pay you every year to drive my car? Every year. And I tell you, I write that damn check fussing every year. Oh, fuck on stuff. It's just what you want, huh? It's just so much you want, right? Yes, Jada, because now you can get all of the angst. You can get all of the angst now. Because when I tell you, when I told y'all that story, I was so hot. You want to sit me on this phone? I've been sitting on this phone for how long for you to tell me you want to send me a sticker in the mail? A sticker? Bitch, I can write my own sticker. A sticker? Ma'am, a sticker? I could do my own sticker. Like, how is that helpful to me? How is a sticker going to improve my life? A sticker. That's what they said. They said sticker. Sticker's gonna come in the mail, Jada. A sticker is gonna come in the mail. Terry said, wait, what? Yes, I waited since June when I first sent it in for them to tell me at the end of January that I'm gonna get a sticker for my change of address. A sticker. It's gonna come in the mail. A sticker. But if I want to take a new photo and get a new license with my address printed on it, I can pay $30 and they'll do it for me. But you have to make an appointment. And you better call ahead to make sure they're open that day. And you better make sure it didn't snow that day or rain or, anything could happen. It's like a crapshoot. Crapped out. Nobody's going to be there when you get there. Because I've had that happen. You ever go to the DMV and that joint is locked? No sign, no nothing. Just locked. This is before COVID. I kid you not. I went in at 9:30. My appointment was at 10. Yeah, my appointment was at 10. And we got there at 9:30. The doors were locked. Locked. And so we had to stand outside and wait for somebody to come in and open the door. A sticker. No, this is not New York. I remember when I got my sticker for my car, child, I was 17. I was like, wait a minute. This is what I'm paying $95. That's what you paid $95 for, boo? A sticker. It's the best racket ever. My father said, he always said this, I work for the city, so my daughter doesn't have to. He was like, I make sure you do not work for the city. Nah, that's not New York State. This is Connecticut. New England, baby. Where you can go anywhere you want as long as you pay for it. A sticker. Yes, just so I can drive my ish that I pay for in full. You gonna charge me $408.55. Yes, I'm that petty. I'm that petty. 55 cents. What the hell you need another 55 cents for? If you getting on $400, what you need 55 cents for? What do you need 55 cents for, ma'am, sir? Connecticut, what you need 55 cents for? And I promise you, I'm that chick that if I could pay them in pennies, I'll roll their here and make you count every penny, every last penny. I'm that chick. I'm that one. Oh, I would be on one every year. I would take a trip to my bank happily if I could pay in pennies. And I'd sit there just like this. Wait, so you can see my Cartier. Ooh, my Cartier ring. My Chanel ring. Let me see. Yep. Down to the cents. I would bring that joint in a penny. You know your grandmother, I don't know if you guys have grandmothers like mine, but I had a West Indian grandmother on my father's side. Well, Panamanian, West Indian. And I had a Black grandmother from the South on this one. But I promise you, they were both the same person in terms of like some of their customs and some of their things that they believe in. Because I was like, how come when I come to Nana's house, she make me roll up pennies? And then when I go to Abuela's house, she made me do the same thing. That's all the old ladies know how to do. I thought my mother was gonna beat my ass. I was like, is that all the old ladies know how to do is roll up the pennies? I was like, that's not fun. This is stuff you get away with when you're an only child and your parents is just like, we give her the freedom to say what she needs to say. Like we let her, we don't censor her. We let her say what she wants to say. But for that, I would go back to the old school and roll up them pennies and make them count every last penny. Every last one. Oh my God. Jada said, if you are in here and you ain't like this video yet, you need to, because you're still here and entertained in the middle of the night. Go give Brown Girl Bella some love. I just need a million more like you, Jada. I just need a million more like you. Yeah, I was a mess. Poor grannies. Yep, I damn sure. And I'm dissing both their mothers now. My father's mother and my mother's mother. Because I was like, I promise you, I went to my father's house. This is after the divorce, when you got to split your time between everybody's families because, everybody want to see the baby. Everybody wants to see me. And so I had to split my time up between the two of them. So on Fridays after school, I went to my father's house. So I got to see my abuela. And Saturday morning, we'd have breakfast. And then she'd get out her pennies and we start rolling them. And I'm like, but you're a little kid. Like, rolling pennies, rolling pennies, rolling pennies, rolling pennies. Watching my cartoons. Like, what do I care? Rolling pennies, rolling pennies, rolling pennies. Man, I promise you, Sunday after Mass, because I got to go to Mass, okay? Because my grandmother gets up at the crack of dawn. Abuela gets up. She make her bustelo con leche with cream. And we go to Mass. After Mass, my grandfather or my father would drive me to my grandmother's house, my mother's house. I promise you, I'm going to church soon as I get in the house because she's Baptist. So I got to go and sit in another church on Sunday, right after Mass. Now, Mass, if y'all ever been to Mass, it's like 45 minutes. You smooth. By the time I got bored, it was time to go. By the time I started figuring out, okay, what ish can I get into? Because I'm bored. This is boring me. It was time to go. But Baptist church, unless somebody falling out with the Holy Spirit or whatever they call it, it was not entertaining. It was not entertaining. Unless you got the good choir who really know how to sing. That was okay. But don't let the old folks be singing that week. Shh. Man, I wanted to jump out of there screaming. I wish I could cut and run. That was so horrible. Why they make me do that? Yes, Jada, they made me do that. Mass and church. Full church service. Full. We talking Mass was at 7. So we go to the 7 a.m. Mass. It's over by 7:45, almost 8. Get to my grandmother's house. It was between 8 and 8:30. We went to the 9 a.m. service. 9 a.m. service does not get out until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Because you got to go to Sunday school. So I had to go to Sunday school while my grandmother was in the full service. And then Sunday school is over at like 10 or 11 or something like that. Unless we were singing. If we were singing, then, we'd finish early and come up and sing. And that part I like because at least it was some movement. We'd get up, we sing. I play around with the kids. We, eat some candy, and then we sit back down. And, somebody would have like a hangman game, that we could play, or tic-tac-toe or something we could like keep busy because we were in the pews and they couldn't see. So we could play it like the little tic-tac-toe. But if we wasn't singing and it was the old people singing, shh, and somebody catch the spirits, that's it. It's a wrap for y'all. You might as well pitch a tent and hang out for the night because you done. Because then after service, you got to go to the after service, the repast where they make the damn chicken and the macaroni and cheese. And your grandma tell you don't eat that stuff because you got food at home. So I'm like, so why we here? If I can't eat it, why we here? Why can't we go home so I can eat your food? Because you can't tell me nothing because I'm going to repeat it. So when they say, Shannon, come and get the plate. No, my grandmother said, don't eat that. That's the kind of kid I was. That's the kind of kid I am. No, my grandmother said, don't eat that. She got food for us at home. I remember I used to be annoyed because I'd be at morning Bible class from 7 to 8. Yeah, and then 8:30 to 10:30 early morning church. Yeah, and then regular church 7 to 2, and then a church program. Welcome to my pain, Jada. Welcome in. Welcome in. And before that, I was in mass, where everybody's quiet as a mouse. Quiet as a mouse. Oh my God. Yes, it was rough times, Ray. It was rough. We had it rough, I tell you, rough. The only way to have enjoyed church service that long was to sit by the motherboard because they be talking hella shit. Yeah. Oh my God. What was that? What was that? Comedian? I think it was Steve Harvey for the Kings of Comedy. He was talking about the church mother that were cursed. Was she giving her testimony? Oh my goodness. That was the best part. That was the best part. And if she wasn't there, it was gonna be corny. And we all be looking for her like, where's she at? Where's she at? Where's she at? Where's she at? Oh, she here. We gonna get a party tonight. We gonna get show. Cause that's at least 30 minutes. Easy. Cause she gonna fall out. Then she gonna jump back up. And she gonna get to her moving and grooving or whatever they call that thing. So she gonna get to her little dance or whatever. And then she falls out again. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. And I always retell it the same way. Like I was telling this to my grandmother, and she be like, my abuela be like, okay, I don't know. What did I mean? The spirit, espirito, yeah. Oh, yeah, no. And she would just be like, I don't know. Jonathan. Funny as hell. And then when it's time to go, they just like, oh, mother so-and-so, it was so nice to see you again. Oh, you're looking so good. Oh, you're looking so nice. Da, 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 da. I always wondered, help me with this, Jada, since you feel my pain. How come when they fall on the floor, they fall so perfectly till you don't see their panties? This is the kind of ish I used to think about when I was a kid. I was like, how she fall so nice, you don't see her panties? She fall just the right way. Oh, well, her legs closed and oh, and you catch her just in time, so we don't get to see no panties. I'm like, ain't that part of the show? You better fall with your legs closed. Oh my God. I was like, she always falls real pretty. She falls so pretty. Oh, oh. And then she get up, she do her little dance. Oh, and then she fall out again. And they be right ready for her. Mother Pickett was that woman. She would talk. I walk to the podium, spend 30 minutes praising God and falling out, then come back and sit down and talk about the people she saw. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's the Steve Harvey, right? Oh my God. I'm like, yo, and then be the first one at the door. Pastor, that was a good service today. You really brought out the spirit tonight. That was so great. That was so good. Oh, that was wonderful. And we just looking at her like, is she crazy? She got to be crazy. I think she crazy. Oh my goodness. They ain't that caught up in the spirit. Right. Falling out. I ain't never faint like that. I ain't never faint like that. I'll bust my whole stuff up. And you probably would definitely see my panties if I'm falling out. You'd definitely see my panties, but they be clean though. But I digress. I'm something's wrong with me. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I ain't wrapped too tight. Mm-mm. But I'll be here all week. All right, guys, that's my time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Oh my goodness, we had a ball. We had story time. We had laughs. What else do we have? We had drinks. Well, a drink. I got to go edit, so I'll still be up, most likely. Oh, wait, it's Thursday. I'm going to watch my show. All right, so I'll edit tomorrow, but it will definitely be up on Saturday. So new video on Saturday. And Sunday sips. Sunday sips will be Sunday. And yeah, then we start the whole thing again next week. Would you say, Jada, she would stop her testimony to ask one of the ushers to bring them a lap hanky? Oh my God. Oh my God. That is funny. Because she knew she was going to fall out. So she needed a lap hanky. Oh my God. High five, girl. Yes, all day. All day, all day. All right. We can't get out of here without hearing our music. So let's go one more again. One more time. Hey, I want to thank Jada for my Cash App. I want to thank all of you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Ray of Sunshine, thank you. Jada, my girl, thank you so much for hanging with me. Ray Sunshine, yes. Terry, thank you. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. And welcome into the Bella Brigade after dark time. Get ready. I'm about to timber. Somebody get the smelling salts. Oh, I tell you. Verse, thank you so much for coming. As always, my YT cheerleader. Thank you. This was great. I love you guys. I love you for watching. I love you for coming in and hanging out with me. I love you for being Bellafied. It was fun. Another ABC. If you guys don't know, ABC means another Bella creation. That's me. That's me. That's me. That's me. And my poofy hair. My poofy nappy hair, as my mother calls it. Take over. Night, everybody. Hey.